look at this.
What does a generator cost us to lease, to rent?
Oh, this one right here is $500. It's what use the title on that. I mean, there is fish. Well, maybe we need to come out.
I mean, it comes to a point where,
I mean, it's not hard to look at it and see.
how many watts is this putting out?
All right, we're gonna start. 6 o'clock, call the special meeting to order. Please silence your devices. And our first order of business, item 2A, Vicky Vaga, our city secretary.
We received the final official result from Tarrant County yesterday. The next step in the process is to canvass the election. We had a total of 901 residents who participated in the election. We have a total of 15,739 registered voters in the city of Saginaw, equals to 5.72% rate of participation. The first choice on the ballot for election was Councilmember Place 1, Paul Falegi, with 571 votes. Out of 100%, he received 66.01%. Pedro Pena had 294 votes with 33.99%. Next on the ballot for election was Councilmember Place 3, Valerie Junkersfield, who was unopposed, and she received 678 votes. Last on the ballot was for election for Council Member Place 5. Sean Morrison received 500 votes. Out of 100%, he received 57.34%. Adele Torres, 372 votes with 42.66%. Resolution number 2025-09 canvasses those returns and declares the three winners: Paul Falegi, Valerie Junkersfield, and Sean Morris is elected for council. With that being said, you will need to make a motion.
Council?
Mayor Pro Tem, I'd like to make a motion to accept the results of the election as presented.
Motion made by Braxton Sinclair to accept, seconded by outgoing council member Big Horse.
Don't forget Sean makes a motion to adjourn.
Okay. Motion passes. Our next order of business is presentation to outgoing council member Big Horse. So if you want to come forward.
You gonna read it?
City of Saginaw presented to City of Big Horse in appreciation of the recognition of their service, council member place 5, May 2017 to May 2025.
Next item is going to be 2C, oath of office for council member Place 1, 3, and 5. If all of y'all can meet me here at the podium, I'll do the oath. Okay, y'all can gather there. All right. And if you can raise your right hand, please. I, and state your name, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of council member place, okay, of the city of Saginaw, of the state of Texas, and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state and the ordinances of the city of Saginaw. So help me God. All right. Congratulations. Y'all have been sworn in.
Former Councilmember Big Horse, would you like to say anything this evening?
You know, when I retired, I needed something to do. And I thought serving my city would be the right step. And it has been just an absolutely wonderful journey. You know, this city is an incredible place. One of the first projects that I worked on was helping the residents from the Camelot Square Apartments when they were being displaced to find new homes. And I was approached to help with that, and it would not have been possible without the support of the people sitting on the council. And I just don't see many cities with that kind of heart. And then here we are today, 8 years later. It's just time to have to say goodbye, and it's not easy. But it's been a real honor and privilege to serve each and every one of you. And, you know, just remember that these people are elected to serve you, and they will continue to do so. So thank you guys very much for your trust, and you'll see me around. Thank you.
Okay, our next order of business is action regarding funding for the Independence Day fireworks. Pedro Zambrano.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem. My apologies if my voice is pretty out. I'm developing a summer cold, hence the Bane mask. The 2025 fireworks event will be happening on June 28th. The reason this is on the agenda tonight is because it was pulled last week's agenda due to no quorum at the Parks Board on Monday, May the 5th. They met last night, and they would have quorum and approve the recommendation to spend the $17,085 out of their donations for the fireworks event. This fireworks event's a little different. We're not going to have a DJ this time. We're going to have a live band. That includes stage, that includes the bands themselves and the production team who are going to be putting it on. Essentially, they will take care of anything. They call it behind the barricade. We're not that big of an event to have barricades like they do in bigger events like Wildflower and Richardson, but essentially they take care of anything from the stage to the sound people all the way up to booking the bands. Additionally, we have Water Monsters, who are the company that we used last year for those big water tanks for our water. They were very much used because, again, it's July in Texas, it's very hot. And that does include the water. That includes the buckets themselves and the 6,000 cups to be included. Other than that, I think I covered a majority of it. Can I take any questions?
Council, any questions? Sean?
Yeah, pardon me for not being able to get the email, but you said you sent a response. I had a question about the chairs in the estimate that was from,
Turn up?
Yeah, Turn Up Blood.
Yeah.
For the chairs and tables, and what is the difference between that and the estimate that we got from Taylor's for chairs and tables?
So anything that's on the turn-up invoice is all have to do with the production.
Okay.
So that might be tables and chairs for the bands, for the DJ, not the DJ, the sound people. So anything on that invoice is anything in the stage area. The Taylor ones are for the ones for people, the patrons to come out and to sit on to essentially like eat their food and whatnot. Because I remember our first year we had food trucks, but people were sitting on the parking lot. So I brought in tables and chairs. So the Taylor one is for the patrons. The one on the turn-up invoice, everything has to do with the staging stuff.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
So was it a unanimous decision last night?
Yes, it was. There was 4 members, and it was unanimous.
Okay. And then one other thing. So the only thing that this does not include would be the staff time and the fireworks themselves.
Correct. The fireworks was already approved by City Council, I believe, in February of this year. I could give you an estimated on staffing if you just add about 3% on the last year's staffing cost. The good thing that we do is that we track the staffing cost anytime on the timesheets. Melanie does a great job of putting a special code in for any event, so we'll be able to track that. But again, until we get closer to the event, we can't figure out how many officers are going to be working, how many public works employees, so on and so forth. But
Sure.
yeah, staff cost is the only one that's not on the agenda tonight.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not answered my questions.
Anybody else? All right, with that, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor, I make a motion, or Mayor Pro Tem, I make a motion that we approve the funding as presented in the packet.
Motion by Valerie, second by Sean. Motion passes. With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn, and it's customary for our newest member to make the motion.
Mayor Pro Tem, I make a motion that we adjourn tonight's meeting.
A second.
Second by Valerie. Meeting is adjourned at 6:12.